Yo, what up, TascFam? It's Mike from 424recording.com. We're about to go live here on the channel, or we are live, and in a minute we're going to be playing some stuff and hanging out. So if you want to come out and hang out to another live stream, don't forget to hit the notifications and the little bell and subscribe. And yeah, we're going to get started in just a minute here. We're just making some coffee. Jay's over actually because of the blizzard that's happening again tomorrow, so hang tight. But if you want to come hang, we stream every Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. So come hang. All right, I'm gonna set this up, and we'll be back. We'll be back in like 5. We're just getting some coffee. All right.
Keep it on the down low.
What's up, TascFam? What's up, Bobby?
Put my shit on mute.
All right, what's going down tonight? It's Mike, you know me from 424
Wizard
Recording.
Tuesday, huh?
What's that?
Wizard Tuesday.
Oh yeah, Wizard Tuesday, man.
Oh, man.
I was throwing up for a horseshoe. Yeah, look who we got here today, folks. Jay the Wizard came by. As it seems to be usual with our Wizard Wednesdays, we have another snafu coming up this tomorrow. There's another blizzard heading for the Northeast, so Jay and I figured we
Might as well get it.
Might as well do a Wizard Tuesday because we're not gonna be able to do. Tomorrow's gonna be Blizzard Wednesday, so that ain't gonna work. So we figured, hey, all right. So we got Bobby floating around. What's going on, Bobby? You got Coop hanging out.
What's
Matt's
up, everybody?
Here. Yeah, what's good? No, we're not dead on the floor, Matt. So, are they dead on the floor? Capro just rolled in.
Damn, he's chilling too. Excuse me, I'm gonna run my head into things.
Let me see if I can get him.
Nope, he'd rather not.
Squeaking. He'll chill with us. Check it out. I got Capro. Capro, what's up? I don't think he'll stay though. He might go on the table. Nah.
Nope, he'd rather be down.
Well, he made an appearance. I think that's good. Always good enough for him. So actually, let me see if I can turn this light away. It looks like it's getting a little bit.
Washy?
Yeah, I guess that's just how we're rolling tonight. Hey, Jay, man, what's going on? Yeah, so we're just chilling tonight. Like I said, Jay came through tonight because we decided to have some coffee, and also because there's a blizzard tomorrow. So
I think I'm gonna start bringing the coffee pot to the studio when we do the Wednesdays, though.
hell yeah, we should, man. I was thinking the same thing today. It's so funny. This morning, I was like, you know what would take our studio hangouts to the next level?
Coffee.
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 So let's do it. Yeah. So I guess we won't have the studio this week then, because of tomorrow. That sucks.
Well, I didn't think you were gonna come up tomorrow anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's your
our
week.
schedule's all. All right. Oh yeah. So that works out, man.
Skewed.
I'm gonna see if I can get Tim. You know, Tim lives a couple doors down, so maybe he'll make the trudge through the
blizzard
tomorrow to
15 to 18
to
inches
chat
coming
with me
to the
a little
northeast.
bit. Yeah, we chatted with Brian. I don't know if you saw that one because you were practicing with Surmiser, but we hung out with my buddy Brian
I
last
caught
week.
like just a couple minutes. I popped in. I didn't even say hello because I didn't want to like
get in it,
enveloped,
Right.
whatever.
So
Got enveloped.
that was such a fun stream. Like Brian, he came up from Brooklyn to hang out and talk about his new project.
My favorite place in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever met Brian though.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on Brian. I don't know Brian.
He was up at the.
I just don't like Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, bud. He was up at the cabin and he was in the Hapro video, working on some mandolin But yeah, he's got his new project, Yellow Rainbow. It's like ambient stuff.
Hey Travis, what's going on, man?
Travis, what's going on? And he came through. It was a lot of fun. So
Good.
I'm gonna try to have more people on when I have my solo night because it seems like a lot of people enjoy the 2-man / 2-person hangout.
Yeah.
And it's always a lot of fun. So.
Well, I gotta think too for you that like it takes a little bit of like the weight off on the stream. Like
Yeah, for sure.
you have like a co-host and you know.
Yeah.
Because I sort of feel like the stream ends up sort of being one-sided if you're sitting there by yourself. You know, it's like It's like you talking to the camera and the people typing to you. It's
exactly.
It's a weird disconnect.
It's a weird
sort of isolationism that happens there that I think would drive me nuts if I was doing it by myself all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's also hard to keep it going. You know, I can like sip on some coffee while you're chilling and saying some stuff, and
you know.
Also, it's a good back and forth. It's almost like we're all. I feel like it takes the hangout to another
Jumbo.
level, so that's cool. Old Johnny Carson, like that's right. Hey Jumbo, what's going on? And Travis and I were actually talking. Travis is from Strange Bird Recording in Nashville, as you know, and I think we're gonna try to do some live Skype coffee with Mike, or some kind of like live Skype thing with some other people. So whenever Travis and I want to check that, or have some time to check that out and see, because I got to figure out how that whole thing works. So Matthew, what's going on? So yeah, we're gonna check that out, see if we get the whole thing working out, and go from there. So
I think the Skype thing actually could be a really good medium for what you're talking about.
Yeah, because then it's like
you can hook your Skype up to the monitors and put like the computer right there facing out, and
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean
I don't know why I never considered doing that.
See his face, and the audio would be clear like a conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we could definitely get Tad to do a thing like that too.
Let's do it, man. My only concern is like dropouts, making sure that the stream is healthy, because I don't know if that adds a whole nother dimension of like.
Well, the trick there, I guess, would be that like you don't want any ability for dropouts on the Skype stream,
right?
As much as the YouTube stream, same, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to say there.
No, I agree. It's like another level of streaming that.
Right. Well, it's an added extra hurdle if something goes wonky, and But I mean, it's also like the streams are sort of all fun and games anyway. So if you have dropouts and things happen, like you could always take the video and edit out the dropouts and things if you wanted to put it together as a.
In post, yeah.
As a final, finished thing. But for the stream, I don't think any of these guys really get all that upset when things drop out, and that's sort of the beauty of having, the dedicated following and
the TascFam.
the people that want to see what you do and.
Sure, that's a good point. Yeah.
Hear what you've got to say.
They're not just gonna bounce if it drops. They're gonna try to hang out, and they know when we're here, so. Yeah, I want to try doing that. I think it'd be really cool. I was experimenting with Google Hangouts too. It's basically Google's version of Skype.
I haven't ever tried it, but I hear a lot of people use it.
Yeah, it's like
the naked cowboy in Times Square.
Yeah, Travis said he's gonna try to find a nice nudie suit.
Oh man.
He said he's gonna sit in front of the console, all pro doucher. Like I think that's what he said. Nice, man. John, what's going on? Jim,
hey, John.
We were bumping one of your tracks in the pre-roll. In the pre-roll, you should go check it out. I don't know if you were here. We were bumping Thunder, man.
We're also gearing up with lights in the studio. That's this week's development.
Really awesome.
And camera holder and stuff, so that Mike doesn't have to keep bringing his rig up to my place, and so that I can look at doing some of the YouTube things on my own. In fact, today I started shooting some content. I got a
what? You didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was working. I was in the Recone shop today for the whole day. I still got. If you see black shit on my hands, that's I was refoaming.
Oh yeah. Why don't you explain to some of these guys what you do? Because I don't know if everybody knows that you have that gig.
Well, I work for a company called Vintone. Actually, if you call Vintone, it rings to my phone, so you'll be talking to me directly if you call their number anyway. But Vintone is a vintage speaker reconing service. We also do full amp restoration, so I'll work on your electronics, everything in the chassis. I'll build your speaker. We have a guy who does cabinet reconstruction and Tolexing, replacement grill cloth if it needs it. Can basically turn your old thing into the best version of its original self that it can possibly be. But the shop started as a recone shop, and that's all it was until I joined on. So I've sort of put my
that's awesome.
tech side into it.
Yeah. Because I know you said this was kind of the last step in your knowledge to building amps.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Today I have a set of Jensen P10Qs in for, I think they're out of a basement, I'm pretty sure. But, so I did about a 4-minute video of me cutting up and stripping down those speakers for recone. Then I realized I was going to finish the video with a really quick run through of how I assemble the parts kit and install it in the speaker.
That's awesome, dude.
But I realized I didn't have enough cones for the set of 4, so I'm not going to just build one. I'm going to build all 4 at once. So I'll probably shoot that either later this week or into next week sometime. And it's just raw footage right now.
Dude, if you need help editing, let me know. I would love to do some editing for you. And that's cool too. I mean, that's often what I do is, you know, it's like anything else. You know, sometimes you can do some stuff here, some stuff there.
Well, I mean, I can show you the...
Yeah, let's check it out.
I don't know how to show. I guess I shouldn't show it to them anyway, but let me see. So this is like this is a bird's eye view from the top of the bench.
Oh wow, dude, that's really nice.
So this is actually, that's the end of it.
This is your phone?
Yeah, this is straight from my phone. I just put it, there's a shelf above my bench. So this is a 3-minute and 2-second clip of me cutting down a Jensen P10 from, I think it's a 64.
Guys, this is really cool, man. Dude, this is gonna be, dude, you have a great eye, man. That looks awesome.
The lighting on that bench is really good too.
Yeah,
I got 2 giant paddle LED lights on like goosenecks.
It's killer, man.
You know, and then you'll see, like, I'll pop the voice coil out. You'll see that whole thing. Usually you cut these, but these are so old that they just come apart. The glue's so dry that, you know, whatever. But it makes it a great speaker for that.
That's like an air blower.
That's an air.
Yeah, we're just watching Jay clean up some speakers. The footage you took, it looks awesome.
And then, like, you'll see me make a wedge. I clean the gap, and then I'll tape the gap over. And the final video, or the final part of the video, is cutting the gasket off the surround so that I can save it. That pile in front there is the saved gaskets from the other 3 that I had cut at that point. This is the last one. So yeah, you tape that up, cut the gasket off. Around that perimeter where the tape is, there's a yellow circle. That yellow circle is glue. So the rest of the video is basically just me cleaning all that shit off.
Yeah, but this would be a good, like, video for people who are looking to, like, recone their own stuff, or like. Well,
it's a good primer because it's a good primer, I think, because most people don't understand what speaker reconing really is.
I mean, I honestly didn't even know the speaker innards like that. That's pretty fascinating just for that aspect of it.
When I started, it was kind of like, you know, the guy showed me, like, how to cut it up and how it all worked and everything. And I looked at him and I was like, man, there's no fucking way. Like, all these little tiny parts and these tiny clearances, like, you know, I got fat, chubby, stupid fingers, man. There's no way I can do this stuff. You know, so I got over that, and then he's like, okay, I'm going to show you how to put the tensile leads in. Tensile leads are what bring the audio to the voice coil. So it's a flexible, braided wire over I think it's a cotton core, or a cotton blend core anyway. So to do that, we use different dental picks and things to get down sort of in the... I lost my train of thought. Down in the cone, you got to poke holes out to run those tensile leads through. So the first time he showed me that, I was like, dude, there's no way I can do that. Sharp implements through, like, a brand new paper cone, like, you know, I'm clumsy enough where that's going to be a disaster. But now, like, you know, I can cut down and recone a speaker in about 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
As long as I have all the parts there. And we don't start with kits. So when I recone your speaker, I'm selecting a voice coil that fits it the best. I'm selecting a spider and a cone combination that work the best for it.
It seems like a dying art, or it seems like an art that people
There's not a lot of guys in this country that
even do it.
That do it, and especially not at the level that we're doing it, where we have... So the guy I work for has been doing this for a really long time.
Yeah, I mean, he's like one of the big guys in the country, right?
Yeah, he has...
should we link him the website here?
Yeah, I think it's...
Just Vintone?
I think it's vin-tone.net or .com. I can't remember.
Oops. Oh, welcome to Vin. This is probably it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, he's got all kinds of parts combinations. We're working on speakers for PRS, Paul Reed Smith. We do a lot of speaker builds for boutique amp builders and stuff. There's a couple of really big name things kind of hooked to all that. But
So I say Jay's speaker shop. It's not really your speaker shop, but that's
well,
kind
it's
of
not really mine, but it's sort of like
where he inhabits.
where he inhabits. Yeah.
Yo, Sean's came through. He just sent me a
Yep.
text. Hey, Sean, what's going on, buddy? We were playing a couple of your tracks today. We played the theme song. Oh, we played 3 Sean tracks. I don't know in the beginning if you guys were paying attention. We played the dry vocal one that Sean made and one with Mary, and then we played the theme song, which was really cool. So, and we also hit up Jeb's song too in the beginning, Pulling Thunder from a Jar. So, yeah, we played Heartache, Down Low, Pull Thunder from a Jar, and Dry. Just as a little live playlist. So, uh-oh, what happened there? That guy was causing some shit.
I don't know, but as soon as I see somebody asking if we've ever gotten or given a wedgie, I'm guessing that's probably not going to be audio related. So
Nice.
enjoy your time out. Travis said after we talked last week, he went to the Egg Studio site and Conrad Uno threw in the towel mid last year. That really sucks. I would have liked to have gone and tracked something there, man. I wonder if he's.
Oh yeah, you guys were talking about
Travis,
that
is
last
he
week.
still working on music though? Did he just close the studio, or did he pull out all the way? He's like totally out of the game now. Oh, we got our masters back too. Did I tell you that?
No, I mean I heard the trials or like
The trial here.
Yeah.
We got the finals back though.
That's awesome.
But yeah. So we had Oliver Ackerman from Death by Audio do the mastering of our new EP. And we started shooting some like B-roll stock footage for the first Surmiser music video. Yeah, a lot of exciting shit this week. It's been sort of like non-stop though. It's so fucking crazy.
That's good though, man. You've been busy in a good way. I feel like it's never an issue if you are doing what you want to do, you know? That's why I always stress that at the end of the videos. It's like, do something you want to do, you know? It doesn't feel like, I don't know, too much to me when I'm doing stuff that I want to do, you know?
Right. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew.
Dylan, Matt, what type of mic would you use if you record with 3 people? Can you be more specific? Do you mean vocals? Do you mean,
what kind of
like,
instruments you running?
Yeah, I mean...
Are you doing like a power trio? What up?
Yeah. Travis said, looks like he sold some gear, etc. Looks like he's living life. Well, at least he's not underground. So yeah, I mean, it sucks that he closed up shop though, man. He's a very interesting cat, and I think one that's sort of like a little bit unsung when it came to all the Seattle stuff. You know, everybody knows like Endino and then like Albini's connection and stuff, but it's sort of like I think Conrad was sort of stayed.
All right, Travis, we'll catch you in a minute.
Like 3-person guitar, each different strings, trying something new. Sean Cunningham, I'm working more on dry vocals. How do you mix them so they don't stand out as much? Sean, I would, if you're working in the box, I would.
Yeah, he is. That's Sean from the theme song.
Oh yeah. If you're working on them in the box, if you want to pull them back some, play around with a mid scoop in your upper mid range someplace and see if that does what you're looking for. There's going to be an upper mid resonance in everybody's voice, and if you need to sort of temper the vocal, try that. If it loses some body when you do that, try giving it a little bump, maybe down in like the 200 to 300 range, just like a dB or 2, to see if that sort of evens it back out. But yeah, I would definitely look around in the upper mid range.
Yeah, so grab that EQ, Sean. Let's check it out.
So Dylan, Matt, so 3-person, each different strings, trying something new. I think if you have 3 people, you're running guitars. If you only have one mic that you can place and you're trying to get all 3 in, I would go for a good condenser mic, I think, and I would play with its distance and everybody's proximity to it. Whatever is directly in line with that is going to default to being the loudest, so that guy in the middle should be pulled further back from the mic equidistantly from everybody else in an arc. So some experiments that way would be in your best interest, I think. Yeah. But I think I would play with a condenser in that case. Even if there's 3 people, if you have inputs for 3 mics, I would run 3 condensers because it's going to be more flexible. Especially if it's like, I don't know what kind of strings you mean. If it's acoustic, then I definitely would be playing with a condenser. The dynamic is gonna just dick up your high end, I think, more than anything.
Now, Dylan, do you mean like you're playing?
You're welcome, Sean.
Yeah, Sean. Thanks for coming through, man. It almost sounds like Dylan. I mean, I might just be reading it completely wrong. 3-person guitar, as if it's like a 3 people on one guitar and they're each playing a different.
I don't
string.
think that's what he
means.
I
know. That's what I pictured, though. But yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what I would do.
No, that's Then you can always like record a little bit, see how you guys sound. If somebody's too loud, maybe
you know what?
Moving around.
I just had another thought too, Sean. If you're still out there, if the EQ thing doesn't get you where you're going, do you know what program he's using?
Probably GarageBand. Or Logic. No, I sent them Logic. Sean, what are you using as terms of your DAW?
Sean, if you're in Logic, Logic has in your plugins menu there'll be
GarageBand.
Oh, GarageBand. I'm not sure about GarageBand, but see if there's an imaging plugin that lets you spread the stereo image, and try applying that to your vocal and setting it about halfway between mono and blown out far field stereo. Because a lot of times, like the EQ, it changes the presence of the source without totally losing the punch of it. So it'll push it out in space, almost like a lot of times we use delays and reverbs, modulations and things to assign depth.
Yeah.
If you use the directional plugin, instead of that focused right in your grill, it spreads it out, and it'll almost, if you really push it and play with the gain right, you can almost get sort of a weird double track effect out of it, which pulls it back in the mix.
That's cool.
I do it a lot with guitars, actually, to try to like assign some space to mono guitar tracks, especially if they're real dirty.
Yeah.
You know, it's little cheats, but I would experiment with that too if you don't like the EQ thing.
Yeah, because I know Sean's going for, well, he had the one track I played, I don't know if you had heard it. We could play a little bit of it. It's like, he's going for kind of like Tweedy a little bit, like Wilkos, or just anything that just is really dry and up front, you know?
Well, my advice would be, you're going for Tweedy kind of stuff, I would always take the long cut, because I think that's what you need.
The long cut?
Uncle Tupelo.
Gotcha.
You ever hear that song?
Yeah, I have actually. I was actually reading Jeff Tweedy's biography at one point. It's pretty interesting, man.
I don't really know much about him.
Well, I didn't know he was in like a lot of bands. Yeah, I gotta cut the low. He was in like a lot of bands when he was really younger. They were like a pretty big band in the Midwest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I guess they were touring around and doing stuff. I didn't realize he had that. I don't know. I mean, I guess you don't know about that stuff unless you read about it. But I never pictured him having like that. Like when he was a kid, like doing that.
Well, now he's got a banging studio out west someplace.
In Chicago.
Yeah. My friend out in Chicago goes and hangs out over there. This is the guy I was telling you about. We should go see if we go on this epic road trip, because he knows all these fucking dudes, man.
That's awesome. Yeah. I met this guy Jake through the channel who's into...
So I got one more. So Sean, if you've got a... Sounds so loud on Tweety tracks, but it never sound above the song. Yeah, I think a lot of that has, like, if you're... So when you're going into mix, Sean, are you EQing holes in the guitars and bass and whatever else is in the tracks to fit that vocal? Because if the vocal stands way out and extreme EQ on the vocal is going to sound goofy, maybe try putting some of the frequencies that you're notching out back in on the under tracks too, to sort of decrease that separation. There's that. If you got to cut the... Yeah, so if you haven't EQ'd the vocal at all, if you're getting too much low, try shelving it at 100 hard. Take off like the really like rumbly subsonic shit, because there's probably not going to be a ton there anyway. You could move down to 80. See what's going on in the 800 range, and then see what's going on in the 4K to 8K range.
So it's like you're saying presence, right? That's kind of what you're looking to reduce.
Well, you either want to, yeah. I mean, So like
I
when you
never
mix,
thought of that. That's interesting. Like I never thought about it like that.
well, when you mix live, usually the first thing you engage on the board when it comes to vocals is a low cut, high pass. And most high passes are set at 75, 80, or 100. And that's because there's a lot of shit that's below your actual speaking range in that. You know, it's all the rumbly shit, it's stand noise, it's,
Yeah.
you know.
It's like stuff that's almost imperceptible.
It's a bunch of garbage is basically what it is. But
Which
if
is
you leave
muddying it
that,
up.
excuse me, if you leave that in a mix though, you're losing headroom as soon as you know, if you don't trim that kind of stuff out, you're using up space with it. So try that first. And then yeah, 800 and then between 4 and 8K. The 800 range, you might cut some of that out. There's usually some like kind of wah 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 kind of shit in there. And then in the 4 to 8 should be like your upper range presence. And backing that way out should really pull it in.
Yeah, because that's the trick with making like the raw stuff sound good. Because sometimes it just sounds very, I don't want to say amateurish, but you know what I mean. Like if you don't mix it right, when you just have a dry vocal, it can sound.
The other trick that I really like a lot even if you put it on a dry vocal, and by dry I mean no reverb, take a flanger, set the mix down at like 5 to 10%, very little feedback, turn the rate all the way down so it's not modulating, and just put that on the track. That'll add depth without adding any sweep or swing or any kind of weird, you know, sibilant effects or any kind of shit like that.
Might thicken it a little bit.
It does thicken it.
I gotta try to
I don't know how to
adjust that. Yeah, give me 1 second, guys. We got a light that's kind of. I think it's just the input. Doesn't make any sense the fact that it is, because it's like.
Is the power thing loose?
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems good now.
Yeah, Sean. So give those things a try, man. And you know, if you still can't get it to settle in, you can send it over.
Yeah, dude.
And we'll see what's going on. There's a lot of, you know, talking about that flanger thing. There's a lot of cool shit you can do with that flanger thing too. I like that a lot on like sort of metal vocals that aren't screaming. If you keep that feedback at like between 5 and say 15%, keep the rate turned down as low as it'll go so it's barely swinging, and then play with that mix. If you really push that mix up, a lot of times it'll push that signal because the flanger can't actually flange at any perceptible speed. It pushes it out and you get almost a double track effect out of that too. And none of this shit's new ideas. I mean, this comes from like, I mean, they've been doing this stuff since the 60s, but...
Well, yeah, flanger's like one of the earlier effects, right? Because it was a tape. It was based on like a tape effect.
Well, it was a tape effect where you fucking put your thumb on the reel and...
Yeah, right.
You know, but yeah.
Cool. I guess I don't have much to say today, Coop. ask me some questions, bro. Yeah, Jeremy, how's the cassette chain going? Did you ship it to Jeb yet? I don't know if Exodus
Definitely
is here.
sure. Yeah, I haven't seen Exodus yet.
Yeah, I think he's been just hanging, chilling. I guess they were here while I was gone, too.
Who dat?
I don't know. That's Coop. I don't know.
No, I know. But who was here where you're going?
Oh, yeah. Nice. Jeb has the tape. I think after Jeb, it's coming my way, right?
Nice. Nice. So I've been fucking around with drum tracks on Jeremy stuff a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Exodus sent some. Yeah, if any guys need drum tracks, Jay's been working on a track for Jeremy, aka Exodus, in the chat. So that's a service we're gonna offer people. They're interested in drumming. I don't know.
I mean, every service is a service I'll offer people.
That's
if
true.
they're interested.
That's true.
Just,
That's true.
Just about. Don't be getting.
We gotta
fancy
get
now.
it. Yeah, let's.
Don't be getting fancy.
We gotta get a page up about the different things that Jay's offering, and
Well, you know, it's not just me. I mean, there's a whole bunch of you guys out in the in the forum and in the community that have, you know, skills that, you know, we all could pool our resources and
pass some stuff around.
Do things that are mutually beneficial, I'm sure. And that's sort of what this community, for me, is sort of about, you know. I need a new band name. Hit me. Play me one of his songs. I'll give you a band name.
Yeah, what are you... Yeah, honestly, Jay is, like, probably one of the... I gotta admit, like, every single band name I've heard Jay come up with has been amazing. I will check my list. I have a list of band names, though, Sean. I'll check that out in a second. Yeah, what style... Are you going for, like, this kind of... like, the stuff we were listening to before? Kind of like the Tweety-ish stuff? Or, like, what... Mary and I, more of that stuff. Okay. So he's got another one we can play after this too. But this
Sweet,
is the
John.
same
Are you
tone.
looking for drums and stuff on those, man? John, the force feeders.
Yeah, Vacation Bible School is a good one.
Oh man.
I don't know what I did with my phone.
Give me some time to think.
Oh yeah,
about
it's up
this.
there. So.
I like the tunes though.
Yeah,
what do you need
that's
for?
great,
What do you
man.
gotta look at?
I just have like a list of bands
You know what?
on
I
there.
forgot to bring my tablet into it. I was gonna bring that. Guess I didn't really need it.
Oh, that's all good, man. I don't know if I have it on my computer. I have a running list of band names.
Yeah, John, I'll if you can link me to a Dropbox or a Google Drive or something like that. This is Vicky.
That's a cool one too. Vicky is such a weird word. Well, Jay, I feel like Jay, you're awesome at coming up with name.
I'm thinking about it.
Jay, I want to get you to actually rename Be Cool Cowboy movie.
Oh man.
Super Killer Robot Gorilla.
Travis, send him on, man.
Yeah, Travis sent me a track the other day, man. That track was awesome. Lipstick, that's cool. I don't know if it fits this though, Lipstick. We'll get the one with Mary on next.
I think you should call it Long Drive Revival.
No, that's awesome. Long Drive Revival, that's awesome.
Because I could totally see somebody like in a rebuilt 67 Ford F-100 pickup, like driving off into the sunset, blasting that out the stereo. Like.
So Long Drive Revival. That's awesome.
It's not one word, but...
Oh, should it be one word?
No,
I'm
just saying. It's not a one-worder, but...
Ancient Astronauts. That's cool, man. Because it has that, like... Revival
This is it also?
Yeah.
This has sort of like, almost like a demo version of a Mazzy Star song.
Yeah,
kind of thing going on.
totally.
I'm about it.
I don't know about that, Matt.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either.
Oh, this is total Mazzy Star, yeah.
Yeah. What was
That's Mary.
What's the woman in Mazzy Star's name?
Sandoval?
Right.
Can't think of her first name.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I wonder what she does now.
Yeah, Mary did the vocals on the theme song too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys realize that.
Yeah, that theme song, man. That's
That's what I kept saying to these guys, Sean and Mary. They gotta
that's some like super.
I'm glad to hear they're doing like a band now.
Yeah, that shit is super catchy, man. Like,
Yeah.
There's nothing to not love about that song.
Yeah.
I don't know. It gets me in trouble because like I'll watch the streams at home when I'm not on them and like. You know, I'll be like laying in bed at night trying to go to sleep. Tap my
Just on repeat.
keep me on the down low. And I could totally envision doing like a fucking seething, angry live version of that song.
Yeah.
Like
Could definitely be
bashing it like double speed.
Let's do it. When I first got a play reader, all my stuff sounded like Mazzy Star.
Yeah, I bet so. Oh man.
Yeah, it is. It is almost a different band.
Yeah.
Beach House. I have heard of Beach House. I don't know if I've ever listened to any Beach House, but I have heard of that band. Yeah, this is dope, man. Long Drive Revival up in the house.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad it comes across good on here, man, because it's just like it's just picking up on my phone, so it's sort of in the background. And then there was, and then we go to this track, which is completely different band.
Holy shit.
Same guys, but this is a totally different vibe.
No, these are all programmed drums, right?
Yeah, this is like garage band. Yeah. I don't know about. I know Sean does have a kid. Sean's a drummer, jazz drummer. His training, so. Yeah, Long Drive Revival is great. That's an awesome. I told you, Jay is the guy. You need a band name? Hey, what's up, Paul? Paul, what's going down?
They're 2 for 5.
2 for 5? Oh. Hey, what's going on, 24-hour? Chilling in the chat. I haven't seen you in a while. What's going down?
So
oh, that's
I just
awesome.
gotta handle a little business.
Jay's got some revenue streams to manage.
No, this one's actually spending money, but it has to do with one of my revenue streams.
Oh, Travis said, speaking of Albini, I went and grabbed the new Ty Segall. I have to say I dig it. I didn't know that Ty Segall recorded with Albini. I'll have to check that out.
Who hasn't recorded with Albini other than like you and I?
Probably everybody in the chat except for
fucking
us,
everybody I know is like, oh yeah, I did tracks with Steve. Yeah. Damn it.
Well, I mean, maybe when we go out to Chicago, we'll rent the studio out for a day and record some songs.
I don't have $1,400 to spend on that.
Neither do I.
Maybe I could go in there and like we could just like acapella like Little Wiser with the cell phones. Mix that at home.
Yeah, he'll probably let us do that. I say we at least try to swing by there when we do the Chicago trip and just see if we can. I don't know. I would love to do because like that. What is that? Get Off My Lawn Records. Somebody showed me this this guy that does streams, and I think it's called Get Off My Lawn Records, and he interviewed Albini via Skype, which is a really cool idea. I might try to do that if when we go to Chicago we can't get in touch with him. He seems like a pretty cool guy. If you hit him up and ask him to do like a quick half-hour interview or something, that'd be awesome. They're cool dudes. They'd let you tour. Oh, sweet. Yeah, then we'll definitely hit them up and see if they'll let us like walk around for a minute and I don't know, maybe we'll get some footage or something. Jay, if you go solo, you should go by Mr. Burns.
No.
I'm putting together a comp of independent artists. International, definitely have a cassette release at some point this year. Anyone got music they care to submit? Yeah, so Coop says he's putting out a comp, so if any of you guys are interested in submitting some tunes, hit up Coop at tworarepub@gmail.com. And that sounds awesome. I'll definitely send you a track. Maybe Jay and I'll work on a track or something if we got some time. Should send some Surmiser. We'll send a couple tracks your way, Coop. Thanks for the offer.
I could send you Surmiser tracks if you want that. We could do some kind of new full-blown production or something.
Yeah, hell yeah. Sean said the theme song is by a band called Basset Hounds. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah, I heard Ty did a record. Oh man, I'm really out of the loop, guys. I've been like too deep in YouTube land. I haven't been keeping up with new releases lately. So thank you guys so much for Travis and Coop and everybody. Thank you so much for mentioning that. And 24-hour. I gotta get into that, man. Damn, I'm really behind the trends. I forgot. I haven't really been listening to much. I've just been like working with my Digitakt and I don't know, doing some stuff with the with my 4-track. You know me. Ben is here. I think it's a different Ben than Ben the Korean Vampire. He says, "Hey, is it possible to record multiple instruments to a single track on the 424 Mark I?" Yeah, it is, Ben. I've done a couple videos on it. Let me see if I can link you to it. But basically, it's a mixer, and you can just bus as many inputs as you want to whatever input you want to record to. So just plug in all your inputs that you want and arm them to record, and bus all the knobs to the left and arm track 1 or whatever track you want to use, and do it up. Yeah, I can. Oh, cool. All right, Ben. Let me know if you need. I can link you with a video, or there's a few different ones I explain it in, but yeah, it's basically just a summing mixer, and you can sum as many inputs as you want down to a track. Just arm that track, and get your levels right and go for it, man. It'll be great.
Hey, going back to the comp thing, I think we should look at trying to do a comp like with the
TascFam?
Yeah, the TascFam, because so many of you have either bands or solo things. Like,
yeah, there's been a lot of tracks flying around.
Totally got to just like pull it together, get one from everybody, and either do a Bandcamp release or whatever.
Dude, we could put it up on the 44 Recording Bandcamp.
I totally fucking think that.
I'm kind of just using that as an area to dump some samples, and I put up every year I'm doing this. I'm planning on putting out a little comp of all the tracks that came across the channel that I was making. So. Yeah, if you guys want to do a 424 recording comp, I don't know, throw up a 1 in the chat. Let us know what you think. We'll get Sean on there, Jeb, Coop, everybody. 24 Hour, Paul. Whatever you guys want to do, man. Send some tracks. We'll just make a big comp. Heck yeah. Awesome. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, of course, Ben. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for coming through the live chat. Appreciate you. And yeah, I gotta organize the videos a little bit better. I'm getting so many videos on the channel. #humblebrag that I gotta organize them better because people don't seem to be able to find them that easily anymore. So I think I'm gonna make some kind of addition to the website where it's like playlists of different types of stuff. So it'll be easier to find stuff. But yeah, so I gotta do more videos with the Mark 1 too. I was actually gonna almost sell my 424 Mark 1 soon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I'm getting a little low on some funds. So, but I don't know. It seems like I don't know if I want to do that. So, but yeah, I should make some more. I gotta make some more 414 videos. I got a lot of stuff coming up on the channel, guys. So.
Yeah, I like that bass video you did the other day. It looked cool.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, with the TascFam. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw that. Jay's referring to the TascFam Preamp on bass.
Yeah, I was digging it.
We have actually a couple more coming up. Actually, Jay, I got to show you the video we did of the song. That came out really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we made next week on Mondays. We're coming out with Little Wiser recorded completely through the TascFam. So it came out really awesome. It's one of my favorite videos I think I've ever done on the channel. So it was really fun to produce and record and edit and everything, and I hope we can do more like it. I think you're gonna dig it, man.
Yeah, well, I think the song came out really good.
So that'll be on this Monday, and then we have a couple more videos, and then April, guys, we're going live with the TascFam Kickstarter. So we haven't decided on a day yet, but I'm thinking that's gonna be the month where we go live. So
yeah.
Now that we have all the demo videos up, that was kind of the idea, was to do all these demo videos and spread them out a little bit so it wasn't so, we weren't so under the gun with the demo. Because now that we have all the demo videos, I feel like we can hit Kickstarter hard and say, hey, if you're a bass player and are looking for a pedal to distort your bass, boom. If you want to do
there it is, fam. There it is.
You want to use this on guitar, bang. You want to do this on a whole song, do it up. So thank you guys for sticking with the preamp and checking out the videos for that, because it's been a long strange trip it's been, and we were thinking about just kind of putting it out a couple months ago and doing it, and I just think it'll be better to hit the whole thing hard with all the videos. So
yeah, I'm excited to get that whole thing up and running and actually make it look like like it's gonna come to fruition, man. I'm excited to.
Is that more like a timeout, or?
The world was gonna roll me. Eat the sharp stool and shed.
Or is that's song lyrics?
Yeah, it's song lyrics to All Star, but.
Oh, hey Jacob, what's going on?
What's up?
Matt, I don't have a Mark II. I used to. I sold it. I have a Mark 1 and a Mark III right now. I'll probably get a Mark II again at some point. So yeah, I hope I can get one. But yeah, I actually sold I have a Mark I though, or just as it's called, the 424.
The 424.
The original. So yeah, I don't know, man. There's like so much to do, so much I want to do, so little time. This month though, I'm excited to be getting ahead of my video schedule for the channel. So I don't know, Jay, maybe you can help me out with getting some ears on my mixes and seeing what's going on.
Definitely.
Because I really need to finish my album, Wonders of Color, for Be Cool Cowboy. A lot of you guys have been hitting me up, asking me when I'm putting something out new. My buddy Dan hit me up today about it. And that song Fall Forever is from it. You know?
Yeah.
And No Indie too. I don't know if you guys have heard those. This is the first 2 tracks on it. And I've just been dragging my feet, and I've just been very busy with other commitments. So, but I need to find time to prioritize it. So maybe I'll do one. I'm thinking one day I might just stream for 8 hours, marathon sesh, and just mix and record, and just have the phone up as like a bird's eye kind of thing. And if you guys want to swing by, cool. And we'll do it. We'll go for it.
I'm just finishing up something. This is
yeah, dude.
So as part of my revenue streams, I also do redneck things like plow snow. So this guy hit me up today, guy I went to high school with, and he was like, "Hey, I got this plow light upgrade. I could sell you for $65."
Oh, that's right. You're telling me. Yeah,
Also
Joe's a
bright,
snow.
like
Joe.
Yeah.
Jay's a snow plower. I was trying to say Jay and snow, and it came out Joe.
Yeah.
Joe's a J plower.
Oh Jesus, Joe's a
Ooh.
J plower.
That's what she said.
That's got bad connotations to it there, or not the kind that I'm looking for. They're not bad. I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. I was thinking about selling my Mark I. Maybe if you make me an offer, I'll send it to you. Thanks, Coop. I'm glad you checked out the bass demo of the preamp. Sean asked, what's the best way to record bass? I feel like if you can hear bass through an iPhone, you did a good job. Well,
yeah.
Well, when you hear it through an iPhone has a reduced frequency range. So if you can hear it through that, then you've done a good job with your mix, and that's a big reason why I use this guy back here, Sean, and Jay has a pair of them too. The well, not this particular speaker Jay doesn't have, but I have a baritone. It's like an old style, I forget what, Oratone, I think. Basically a crappy mid-range speaker.
Yeah, I mean, the Oratone, the baritone, all those things are, I think we talked about that a bit, but they're meant to emphasize the mid-range funkiness and to give you an idea of how shitty your low end and low mid sound.
Yeah. Travis said put some overdrive on it. I agree 100%.
Yeah, overdrive, or do a clone of the track in chorus 1, or double track it in chorus 1, mix it to the back. That'll give you dimension, but
and just go direct in, Sean. I mean, if you don't have an amp, man, where's
also like, dude, when you're working in the box, right, Sean?
Yeah.
So you're working in the box. Sweep around in your low mids and figure out what the actual low resonant of that instrument is. Everybody tends to think that, like, a 4-string bass guitar is going to have like all this, crazy presence in the low end, but that's not necessarily the case. I bet it's probably peaking between 100 and 200 someplace. So everything below that is going to add shitty mud.
Like we were talking about before with the vocal.
It's going to make it harder to hear, especially on that little tiny cell phone speaker. So play with the frequencies that are important and shelf off some of the garbage. That'll keep the bass more present and more apparent in a mix. And yeah, give me your honest opinion.
I'm not really sure. This is all going over my head.
Jacob, what do you think of the letter H? Well, on the street, H stands for something else, and it's bad. I don't know.
Travis is asking, what DI boxes do you all use besides the TascFam Preamp?
Well, Travis,
I've been using the SansAmp RBI. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
it's not really a D box. Is that technically a DI box?
It's a direct-in preamp, I guess. But if you're looking for a new DI box, check out my thread on the Bo Hansen DI. We had some guys that built, or one guy that built those. Will built one. That's a great sounding box, and it's a super easy build.
I've also used the Art Tube MP. Gives you 20 plus decibels of gain, and you can get. It sounds pretty fat with that. I mean, it's a cheaper one, but
I default to.
Hey, Giant Tree.
I think it's a Proco or something. It's like a late '80s DI box that has always worked great for me. It doesn't make any fucking noise. It's not bullshit.
And I mean, the other tip I used for a long time was the SansAmp, the original one that I got from. Well, I didn't get it from T-Shat Blake, but after I read an interview with T-Shat,
you got it from him directly?
I got it from T-Shat. No,
bought it right off him.
Yeah,
I bought that one floor tom mic from one of the guys in Flock of Seagulls.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Did I never told you that story?
No.
One of my ND 308s came from the guy who plays guitar now in Flock of Seagulls.
That's amazing. How did you get hooked up with that guy? eBay?
The internet.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Flock of Seagulls, I didn't know.
Fucking stupid facts about my life.
Travis said Woodland Studios here in town did a crazy sale last year. I was lucky to grab a custom DI they made. Sounds nutty. That's awesome. Oh yeah, Travis and my buddy Sean. I think you guys should talk. I think you guys would be into either recording together or just like sharing some knowledge together. You guys are. I don't know. I get that vibe. So if Sean is still batting around, you guys should definitely talk. PreSonus 2 Pre, right? That sounds similar to the Art. Avalon DI. Oh yeah, Art Tube MP. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, I'll forward Sean your email. I'm not sure if he's still floating around. I think he is, but yeah, the Art Tube MP is one of my favorite little pieces of gear under $100. I did a couple of videos where I did like a review of it, and I've used it a bunch of times in different videos. I highly recommend it. When I got them, they were like $40. I think they've gone up a little bit. And you could probably get a used one.
All right, I gotta stop fucking with this phone.
But they're pretty awesome.
Get my head back in this game.
Seems to hit all of the points. Seems like it answers the question: can you get something that's cheap and good and can do what you need to do? And it has phantom power, plus 20 decibels of gain, and phase reverse. So if you're doing drums or vocals or something, or using a couple mics on a sound source, it's very useful for tracking, and especially with the 4-track if you need a preamp to record some XLR stuff and don't have, like with the 424 that Ben was asking about before. Highly recommended, and one of my favorite pieces of gear, and hashtag not sponsored. I just really like that piece of gear, and they're cheap, man. So oh, nice, Travis. That's funny. The MP was my first nice pre when I was a kid. Used the crap out of it. That and a bass SansAmp. Yeah, the SansAmp stuff is great. I'm really a fan of my SansAmp, the original one, and the oh, you can't see it's down here. My RBI, man. If you're looking for like crunchy bass tones but still retain the low end, Another tip for bass that I have a video about, and that is always great, is splitting the bass signal and having a low end or like a round sound or a sound that's the clean sound, and then splitting that into a overdriven, any kind of distortion pedal you want. Because a lot of times, I think honestly, since some of the offerings I've been seeing on the pedal market is that a lot of companies now are making pedals that are for bass distortion and for I mean, that's like the pedal you modded for me, the Distortion Plus. Mm-hmm. Jay modded my vintage Distortion Plus so that I could run bass into it and not have so much of the low end cut out. Because a lot of those pedals, they only let through, a certain frequency range, or how does that work?
Well, in circuit design, pretty much every time you couple between gain stages, you have to assess a low pass, high pass situation. If you use a coupling cap that's too small, it shelves off all the bass. If you use one that's too big, the stage can get muddy. With circuits like the Distortion Plus or like the Tube Screamer, there's also filtration on the gain part of the circuit, so it sets a corner frequency for the distortion sound. And you can play with all those things. There's a lot of variables there. You can sort of redial it and make it badass. What is this I see?
Well, the
Travis, the Western Electric 111C repeater coils. I built a custom set of those for a guy 2 years ago. A spalted maple platform with a Brazilian hardwood base, all brass fasteners, and sort of a steampunk looking set of wires wrapped in the enameled wire from an inductor out of an old crossover. Held it all together. Sylvia Massey actually was where that idea came from. Not the steampunk looking one, but her tech mounted some to a piece of plywood and put some shitty cables to it. And a friend of mine that knows her really wanted a set, so we went above and beyond. His also has bypass. But yeah, they're fucking amazing on a mix bus, man. Great coils.
I've never heard of those.
And the more you talk about them, the more expensive they get, so I think we'll leave it there. I think the last set I looked at was like $400 or something. It's fucking ridiculous.
Sheesh.
Those repeater coils, what we're talking about, it's a can. It's about that dimension. It's about this tall. It's got a square base plate with 4 bolt holes in it and a bunch of wire terminals on top. And they mounted in boxes, either on poles or in substations for telephone line distribution. So I think they were like prevalent from like the 40s to the 60s or something like that. Scored yours for $220. Did you only get one, or is that a pair? Because $220 for a pair is killer, man.
24. I've never used the Boss BR1200. Have you ever used any of those digital recorders?
I haven't.
I mean, there's some cool sounds, I'm sure, available with those.
Well, I'll tell you what, man.
Each one of those things has its own flavor, so.
Yeah, the digital recorders, the like all-in-one box thing. All right, I'll catch up with Travis in a minute. Those things basically offer you the functionality of a DAW with the limitations of a multi-track cassette or whatever format.
That's a great way to put it.
The cool thing about them is you can do USB transfers usually, or SD card transfers. The CD burner built right in is cool until the CD burner dies.
Yeah, I think that one has I was just looking at it. I think it has a CD burner.
If you like heavy music, though, I could give you a link to something that was recorded on a 16-track digital recorder like that came out. I mean, if you like heavy, shit's pretty brutal.
Oh yeah, it does look like it has a USB.
Yeah.
Oh, it has optical out. Yeah, it has a USB. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you have a lot of MIDI.
Look up Commandor.
Commandor?
Kommondor. Space. A beast is coming and the beast is going to kill you.
Whoa.
I think that's what it was called.
Let's see, that should work.
See what it comes up.
His first hit is top 9 questions about Mark Zuckerberg's dog.
That's not it.
I don't see that. Is it possible? Let's see. Just one M?
No, it should be that.
I don't see that.
All right, scroll back up. Put the M back in. Get rid of the beast is coming, whatever.
Just put band, maybe?
Yeah, try that.
Plays very heavy noise music?
Yep, that would be it.
Oh, okay. A giant is coming.
Oh, a giant. Oh, yeah. I forgot it was a giant. So this record was made before I was in the band, but this is a band I was in until basically I quit and they died. Not actually, but the band fell through when I was... But my point is this was all recorded completely to one of those digital deals by a friend of mine called John Fay. Fuck, excuse me. Okay, so
I'm just linking that up in the description, guys.
Basically buffer transformers for telephone lines by Bell Labs. Yeah, totally. They were, like I said, they were hooked to either passive or active circuitry to phone distribution. So that's the guys before I was in the band. If you go back to the Google page, see that picture right there?
Yeah.
Click that picture right there. Tell me who's playing guitar in that picture right there. That's us playing at Bard.
Whoa, so John, you said John Fay was in it?
No, John Fay recorded it.
Oh, gotcha. Cool, man. I think I know who that boy is.
Yeah, that was right after I got my Sun t-shirt, which I haven't seen in like 3 years.
What happened to it?
I fucking know. Disappeared, man.
Got eaten.
I think the washer ate it.
Eaten by the washer. Do you ever watch Rocko's Modern Life?
Yep, long time ago.
You know, laundry day is a very dangerous day. And you guys know that episode? Uh-oh. Stream. We're still live on there?
Nope, it froze, man.
Fuck. Stepping out for a smoke. You guys on for a while?
Yeah, Sean, we're gonna be on.
If you can still hear us, yeah. It looks like we locked up here.
Shit.
I'm not sure what's going on. We're still rolling. Can you guys still hear us, or are we completely locked up? Shit. Hello? Guys, I'm going to work on getting this back. I'm not sure what can happen. It's fine. Weird. It's frozen on my screen. Let me...
Frozen on my screen, too.
Jumbo said it's still cool. That's so weird.
Freeze frame, but audio is perfect.
Weird. I don't know